Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. I just wanted to stop in for a minute. Today, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what the healing process looks like. Most of you know I've been going through a divorce, and so I've been kind of learning to navigate what that looks like and to learn to kind of walk through the heartbreak and the shock of everything that I've gone through. So I just wanted to kind of cover that today. But real quick, I know we've got a lot of new people on the page, so I just wanted to real quick introduce myself so you kind of know what I'm about. Hey, Dono, how's it going? Hey, Becca, thanks for tuning in, you guys. So my name is Leah. I'm a dream chaser and a storyteller and an expert in choosing joy. And that's been put to the test, so you guys can just take my word for that one. I'm also an adoptive and newly single mom. My goal is to inspire and bring women together in community by being real and honest and sharing my story. There is strength in numbers, girl. So you are not alone. So stick with me for full access to the trio, as we affectionately call our new family dynamic, me and my two beautiful boys, and for tips and tricks to finding joy in all things, no matter what path you're walking. So now we've got that out of the way. For anyone who doesn't know me, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the grief process and what that looks like as you're walking through. So most of you know that I have found myself facing a divorce that I never saw coming. We were in the middle of an adoption, so I thought we were going to be bringing a baby home, and instead my husband decided to leave and that he wanted a new life. So you know, there's plenty of grief and trauma that comes along with that, and I've tried to be as open as I could in sharing that story as I went along. It took me a few months to get into sharing because right in the beginning, whoa, it was I mean, I was just, trying to get my head straight, like, what just happened to my life? I couldn't share about it because I didn't know what I was facing. But that happened in March, excuse me, and right around, I would say, between August, September, October, right around there is when I really started to open up and kind of share what I was going through. Now, I'm never going to be the girl that tells you all the dirty details about my divorce because that's just not how I roll. But I will be very honest and share with you my story about what it's like, what it's been like for me to face this new chapter and this new journey. That's kind of been my goal, and I hope that that's come through in my post, that you guys are kind of getting a feel for what it's like as someone who was married for 14 years to now be facing single motherhood and, living alone and doing all these things. And I found myself realizing something new. I'm not new to this. I mean, I'm newish. We're coming up on a year now, but I really felt like, this is what I really wanted to talk about today, because I really felt like I was doing the work. I'm doing all the things that I was supposed to do. I was going to therapy and going to counseling and talking about it with people that I love and that I care about, and so really doing the work to heal my heart and to heal the wounds that have happened over the course of the last year. And so I really felt like I found myself in a really good place. And that hasn't changed. I do think that I'm in a really good place and that I've done a lot of the work that I needed to do. But what I found and what I'm just learning and what I wanted to share with you today was that grief is kind of like an onion. Like, it's kind of grief and heartache and trauma, right? So I had this idea of what I had accomplished as far as healing the pain and the heartache that I've experienced so far. I don't cry anymore, and just I really feel fine. Like, I feel good about being alone. I love our little trio, and I really felt like I had come, and I don't want to take away from that. But what I want to share with you guys is that there's so much more than you think that there is. So like, you think you're here and you're making really great progress on your grief, but what's going to happen, and I share this with you because I want anyone who's going through grief to be able to prepare for this, is that pretty soon that layer is going to be peeled back, right? Like, you've gotten this far, you've done really well here, but as soon as you get here, we're going to peel another layer back, right? So let me give you an example. So I felt really good about where I was. Really good. Don't cry anymore. I don't feel sad about it. I feel sad for my kids and what they lost, but I feel like I've moved past the heartache portion of this. And for the first time since he left, we've been able to, just recently been able to get on a more civil type. Sadly, that has not been, it's been pretty contentious, which is pretty common, you know, emotions run high, whatever. But we'd been able to get to a spot where we could talk civilly. And you guys, I'm not going to lie. I was in one spot at one point. I can be fine when we don't like each other very much, because it's easy to not miss that person, right? It's easy to not feel that sadness when you don't like that person very much, right? So being civil with each other and feeling like still looks like the same person, acts like the same person, because now he's not angry with you anymore, right? So it totally changes the dynamic of the healing you're trying to do, because now you're having to take that process one step further, right? So now you're having to go, okay, I can be totally over this person and over the grief and trauma when he hates me, and when he's, you know, being really ugly, but can I be okay with where we are when he's friendly? And it's just it was just a totally different vibe. I found myself going, I don't want to be your friend yet. Like, I'm not ready for that. And so it just made me feel like I was taking a huge step backwards. Like, here I thought I was over it, and I thought that I was good, you know? And like I said, I don't want to take away from the progress that I've made and from the work that I've done in, you know, being okay and being my own person and being a strong mom and all these things. Like, I am those things, but also I cannot read your comments because I'm going to cry. So I love you guys and thank you for all of your support. Nate and Kathy, I see you. But yes, yeah, so Kathy gets it. So that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So it's like when they start being nice, you're like, tell me again why we're here, right? Like, why are we where we are right now? You know what I mean? So it was like, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because there's progress, but then there's a big step back, because then you can be over it when you hate each other, but can you be over it now when you're ready to be friends, right? And that's another layer that you have to get through. Okay, but then there's going to be another layer. Someday I'm sure one of us will get married, and that's going to be another layer. And then maybe someday one of us has another kid, and that's another layer. Right? So like, you have to just keep your healing process. It's not over when you just finally don't cry anymore, because there's always going to be another layer and another layer and another layer as you work through these grief steps to heal your heart from the trauma of a divorce or a breakup or a death or whatever grief whatever grief it is that you're walking through. It's not just one step. And I think I expected it to be one step. Like, if I'm over it, like I felt like I was, and I don't want to take away from that, because I am. Like, I'm so fine. I'm so good right now. But like, I found myself wanting to pick a fight. Like, no, I'm not ready to be civil. I'm not ready for that yet. I don't want to be friends with you. So it's hard. It's hard. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know I'm not the only one who's ever been through a divorce or who's ever been through a death in the family or whatever it is that you're working through. You know, expect some extra layers to peel back, because they feel, while it's good and it's healthy, because now I'm getting to the point where, okay, this is what this looks like. Someday we will be civil. Someday we will be, you know, co-parenting, and things will be fine, and we'll both forgive each other, and it'll be over, and blah, blah, blah. But you have to get there first. You have to do the work to get there first. And I don't think that I expected that. I think I thought, I'm over it now. Things can be okay. And I didn't expect that whole new layer to be peeled back and go, whoa, I still have work to do. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Sorry if I got just a tiny bit emotional. I should have known that when you guys were being so supportive and so amazing, because you always are, that, you know, it's going to make me cry, because you guys are amazing. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you find value in it. If you do, please feel free to share it with your friends. I know there are a lot of us who are working through a lot of traumas, you know, the destruction of the family, death in the family, you know what, there's so many different trials that people are walking in life, and we're just not walking it alone. And I didn't want to walk it alone. That's why I decided that I was going to share it with you guys, because you guys are amazing. You're part of my tribe, and I hope you find value in it. And I will talk to you guys on the next edition of Leah's Life Lemon and Lemonade vlog. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys soon.